you know, like, you know, and in reality, another person looks and just wonders, and I'm like, my wife at the time, she's just like, you know, her conduct is a certain type of way, and then she, you know, she don't want people being judgmental, and then she knows if a person knows something about her, they'll be judgmental, all type of things, and then she'll know at a time or this, I wasn't perfect for this nigga at a certain time, a certain type of way. No, I gotta be perfect, and this, she's gonna want to go about another situation, and this when she gotta think about what's going on. I understand why she loves herself. I don't say nothing, you know what I'm saying? I just know it's the people. It's like the time when I see my wife in the perfect times, and then the person is supposed to make sure that I'm with my wife. If a person try to do anything opposite from that, they're supposed to make sure that I'm with my wife. If somebody does cause uncomfortability in any form and way, then she got to think about the dangers of her reality. She just got to know what she's going on with herself. I can't say nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, you don't know what I'm saying, but she got to think about what's going on with her, you know, with herself at the time. You know, because, you know, at a time she shouldn't be involved in socializing when she's a certain type of way. And then, you know, other people ain't gonna tell other people because she doesn't want other people to start she don't care, she don't want to disrespect nobody. So, you know, the way her conduct, I already spoke about all this, man. So, you know, I explained everything. So it's just like, yo, it's just funny. It's just funny about situations and stuff. And then you have other individuals that's already non. And then my wife, she has a form of consciousness around me, and it is not in void to her. It's like she's fighting somebody. Everything I spoke about, I told you was real, and then it's not in void to her. Also me, to a point, but it's then the consideration of one's conduct. And then my other wife, she move in a certain type of way. She don't want nobody knowing certain things about her. She want to say certain things to me. She just wants to be with me because she doesn't care. You know, she just has to be quiet she knows I don't want something like that because she knows what's really going on, and she got to think about it like, oh, damn, you know, another person not gonna, and then so and so, and then. But I'm already naturally away, so I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful with myself. I love myself. You know what I'm saying? I have my own. I love about social equality. I have a wonderful habitation. I'm a wonderful habitation. You know what I'm saying? So it's just after like other things, it's just like, oh my god. And then my wife is looking at me at a level, and she's like, yo, I'm humble, that I made myself so fair and humble. She knows she can't lie to herself, so the reality is devastating to her a certain time where she's like, damn, you know, and then all these type of other situations and stuff. So, and then I'm here, and I'm the overall, and I just, you know, it's just, yeah. uh, You know, it's not whatever. It's whatever wife I'm supposed to be with according to social conduct. It's not a person that just wants to, you know. It's just like when I was in Chinatown. Because I was living on the Lower East Side. I'm moving my stuff from over there, right? So while I was there, they got to see certain things that you wouldn't believe. They seen certain things. Another person was so ashamed of everything that they did. They didn't want other people to see, and then on top of it, the way another person ruined it, and then the realization of another person realizing what's really going on and what another person caused in their life. They just have to take they're gonna have to learn how to take their life seriously one day. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the reality. So, and then what another person, I don't want to speak about it. You know, my wife, you know, I can't imagine like the heart, you know, how she feels is just like, I know she wants to be, she wants to love, she wants to be with me, she wants to love, she wants to really be with me. But then you have, or you know, it's just, and then certain things that she won't say because is what she gets to witness even at herself, even through time. Another person at the end want to be stupidity, another person can tell you how. Each of them can tell you how real it is, and the way they feel about the stupidity of what other individuals did through time. And another person is mad because they know the overall situation, how wonderful I am. So it's alright, man. That's why they try. You see, every time I'm on Facebook or YouTube, they make the pictures look funny because another person's jealous of my wife's reality because it's psychotic. But now the jealousy of the overall, this is what the children got to think about on the planets. This is what's poisoning your atmosphere, the vibrational conduct of certain men in the social habitation because they want to be fake and they don't care, and the way they're taking advantage. They think it's like a resting point. This is not a resting point. Saying that's somewhere else. A person wanted that's, nah, get the fuck out of here. Another person saying that is already an insult to other individuals because another person tells you, if you thought this plane was real, even from ancient time and historical events, it shows you sacredcy. Don't ever fuck around a certain type of way. Certain things sacred, you don't violate a certain type of way. You certain things stay sacred. Individual, when a person fucked that up, another person knows the devastating reality because their own self fucked up their own reality, and then the embarrassment of what they're going through to look the way they try to cover it. Oh my God. So I know. Oh, some people, this is why I spoke about, to other individuals out there, I don't nitpick the situation, but another person, some people, my sons know what's up. They know the danger of reality because they be like, yo, this nigga, you went to this, the reality, what your situation like, you would do this. Hell no. Another person is thinking about all type of other things because that's when a person's real concern because that means they're breaking. The more they goes, every step my other son takes a certain type of way is a devastating, the more devastating is for reality. And then a person thinks about it. It is the reality of what I said. Yo, man, I just tell you, my wife knows I can override the situation. When I tell an individual I don't want certain people here, and then, the stupidos that don't understand that, is just, I don't want to tell you how I conduct things. I was supposed to just go about life being happy, but you have people that chase other people away because they were mad at other things and they seen how serious situation and they just want. So another person knows how serious situation now. Your experience is repairing. You see, I have to rekindle the relationship with my wife. So through time is repairing the relationship with my wife with certain things, but certain of my wives, because even my wife to certain crown empresses, you had crown empresses like Japanese empresses on a level. But even different on a level, things that they did, you don't know why set off a reaction that they just by themselves, like, I don't want to be, and then they look at that at time, and then they got to consider that. And then on top of it, then they want me to consider the reality for them, but they know the realness of their life. They don't want to jeopardize anything with a certain type of way. And then on top of it, they have to be the way they are. Now, it's the comfortability. Now, another person's concerned about that because you have people that, my son's been congregating, chilling with each other for a long time. And then, they're getting used to certain things. But the thing that they're not used to is me not really being there a certain type of way, but me being there. They want me to be there, and then some of them don't want the situation to be there because they don't want it's just like another person's perfection. When you ever seen somebody go to work, and this is why I made work. Okay, let me explain. Another person's perfection at the day. They know they got to go through the day at a time to perfect something. they're already doing something in a conduct, even on levels a certain type of way. So they're just making sure that they're there, they perfect it, they handle the situation so they don't get too concerned to the upset of certain realities, because they got to think about what's going on in life, in social, in one's social habitation. So they don't want to upset certain things a certain type of way to a level, because another person, when they check in, is good, and then if something happens, and then the other people have so much of love for each other, they never wanted to break that love. But then the other people that didn't understand what was going on with the love, they just looked at it like work. They just had to be there for a time, so this, that, and the other. They didn't care. And when a person wanted them to do something, and when it came to the intricacies of the times they have to do it, they were mad. So if they had to do it for a long time, a certain type of way, their work ethics through the day that prepare them for the level of their physics of consciousness, to their vibrational current, for what they have to do for themselves, for their humane condition, it was already a certain type of way. And then they have to be perfect at what they're doing. And then another person can want to keep me at a level, because they know when I'm there, I'm already there. But when I'm there at that point, is like a person doesn't want to be shameful, because they don't want me to have any funny vibrations with them and cause a devastating reality for them if they think there's something else going on. And then on top of it, they don't want to, another person just doesn't want to be disrespected. They don't, it's just like going to work every day. It's just, that's how you look at it. That's all I can say. Another person does something, I understand the situation. My other wife wants to do certain things, shit, I understand her situation. Another person says it's not like he doesn't know. He does know what the fuck is going on, but he understands the situation. That's why he's doing what he's doing already. He's like, guess what, I've been doing this because I know you want him to be over there, but I already got to do the same thing over here. So wait till he wants to go over there. But wait till he wants to go over there. He's not going to do some old... Listen. Another person's thinking about something, and they're just wondering if a person has consideration. So they're nitpicking another person's consideration. Another person's looking at the person at a level and say, at the times this is a conversation that the person wants another person. The times you're nitpicking at him on what he's doing for himself, he's telling you that level ain't right for your situation. And if you telling him is right, he's looking at the situation, no, it's not, because the way the situation is going on with him, it already could happen to you a certain type of way. When the situation is perfect for what he's doing with himself, he's gonna be, or you'll be okay, because at a time he'll be able to turn and look and say, oh, this, or do whatever, so another type of situation. But once you have the situation a certain type of way with him, he's gonna be like, if he hands it, anything can happen to you a certain type of way. My other son is considering, like he said, he don't want another person turning around. He don't want to turn around, and by the time he turn back around, another person loses their whole life because of the stupidity of certain other things. And they're not considering what's going on with himself, because he's trying to tell him he don't want to turn around and stab him in the back. He don't want to be scared to stab an individual in the back, and then he's telling the other individual, like, yo, listen, I don't want to stab you in your back because I know you got your perfect situation going on, being yours, considering mine, if he goes over there. And on top of it, I don't want to feel like this with the overall, with him going over there, and then this type of emotion is vibrating through me, and then something happens and it sets off another trigger reaction, and then the whole situation needs to be more complex another type of ways. And on top of it, he don't want to set his emotions through time to want to get at you. He just want to be perfect with his situation, so you don't have to worry about him wanting to get at you. He wants even time to himself to meditate for his situation on his level, to control his vibrational current with his mother at his position. And then with my other wife, it's an overriding the situation where I could be in communication with my other wife concerning for when it comes to him. And on top of it, before I go to another social habitation, he don't have to feel like he's gonna stab you in your back. And then if you have to turn back to look at the digger, he don't want to feel like, he don't want you to turn back and just get, he don't want to lose. He's feeling the same way you feel, and the reason why you want it. But sometimes you got to look at it levels in all type of other ways. Another person's telling the individual that, and then another individual's wondering about that, but they're not going to say nothing. And then if it's already looking like one of my sons is already too nervous about a situation. He doesn't want to cause other attention a certain type of way. Then on top of it, he's telling them he don't want to stab the other one in his back if I go over there. And then he don't want that type of conduct to be left a certain type of way because it's perfect and I shouldn't have no backlashes with my situation if I'm making my situation perfect. That because he doesn't want to take it like all that time is saying that, he don't care. No, I do care. But he doesn't want to have to suffer with the type of situation, thinking something like, yo, damn, how about if something happens to him the further that he go? Because if he does it perfect there, if something happens, it could be devastating. Is he going to know about and how I feel about what's going on? Obviously, it's evident, but I don't want to get caught up in the situation. So he had to think about that situation. And then I already told him how to repair. Then on top of it is he don't want to build a concern with a certain situation because he's trying to stay perfect for my wife don't be vindictive. Because my wife is probably being a little spiteful or malicious with certain individuals. So she does a certain type of way and she has to, and an individual might understand that, but it's just other things that go on. The uncontrollable, you know what it is? The uncontrollable emotions when it comes time for secrecy. Because my wife wants to be with me, she wants to get excited, and then another individual, he's just mad at the perfection because he lied, because he been trying to keep certain things a certain type of way, and then my wife been saying she's not happy, and then when she's with me, and then she is happy, another individual's gonna know, and then on top of it, she don't want the individual doing certain things will cause arguments and her to have to just think about her own time of consciousness for herself and other type of situations. I'm overall telling you, oh, bro, listen, man. Listen, man. I gotta bring life back to my wife, man. So, it's just, I gotta bring life back to my wife. And a person's not gonna suffer because they know their social equality could be wonderful with certain things, and a person doesn't want to. They don't want to have to ruin what they have. He just wants to fix a certain type of way. But I'm not trying to bring that attention because of other things that happen in time that I already, other mad things that is already known and things that spoke about certain things already. It's just like. So that's not the previous. Another person says, a person, listen, what my son is trying to tell you another place, is he cares about himself. He knows to care about himself. Does anybody else know that, though? And then this is what happens when I told you, see, INtraP was a wonderful calendar. They're just a heart condition. But they had a certain, listen, I'm a wonderful man before I made INtraP. There's no, I'm just telling you, INtraP is a wonderful place. I'm going to just tell you just like this. Another person already, they already experienced, I don't know if INtraP understood me. Same thing the Mushu did. That's why situations happen with INtraP, a certain type of way. Same thing. And then you think about my love life. So you think about how real life is and caring for oneself. So a person is living, I don't want to speak about certain things. But anyway, I'm going to just tell you just like this. My other son wants to care about himself. And he's hoping other people care about himself. And then he wants me to know him, but he wants me to know him a certain type of way because he wants to be a good boy. he wants to be a good boy. Daddy loves me, and that's it. He doesn't want no other reality. Any other person at the time when he gives into that reality, this is what happens. When he runs into the reality between, and anybody makes me feel like questioning a thought of loving him or not caring, and then he knows the responsibility at the time, he thinks about it because he knows the reality has to be Daddy loves me and Daddy doesn't care, and he doesn't want to care about anything else that he knows and he thinks about me, and then he loves me because Daddy has to go other places and Daddy loves me. So that's what he did. And then he turns around, he tells all the rest of the children, the rest of the gang, Daddy loves me. Then I'll tell him about y'all from time to time. That's what he really wants to say. He says, I'll tell him about y'all from time to time. But daddy loves me. He does that. But then everybody else, what? And then you sit, it's just a Roman congregation. Then you sit there and then they look at themselves. Then they already all naked and in towels and all type of stuff. And then, you know, the endangerment of what could go on. And then the broad statement that was made and shit. So then they think about, oh man, you know, daddy loves me. Then he's all, daddy needs to love me. And then that's when it happens, because another person be so drunk, then he knows where you know, he goes his own little personal adventure, because my wife, probably he's so concerned about everything, he has something perfect, and my wife doesn't want to tell him something a certain type of way, and then, you know, she struggles with that reality because she stagnates the situation in the reality of of other individuals. And then she wants to go because she has a certain reality she wants for herself, but she won't tell an individual because she know it's just like let me tell you, ladies, listen to this. You should be used to this. Think about this. It's like being a boss, all right? Then you can move up in the company, and if for some reason you ain't never leave that desk, he buy you little gifts. Then next you know, you getting paid a certain salary. Then he's just maintaining your living, and then if piping action happens is when he wants to, and he don't want to hear argument. He just wants to, yo, listen, I just wanna get it in. You getting paid? Shut the fuck up. You got all my calls. You know, he's trying to be the perfect husband a certain type of way. With his, you know, with the vibrating panties that he wants to buy you and shit. When he pushes, when he decides, when he pings his key unlocked door for his car when he wants to come see you and shit. You know, your panties start vibrating, drop everything, drop everything. He's coming over and shit. Boss all the way, and then a chick says, yo, in life, everybody gotta understand that. So, and then he starts it off by vibrating panties, and then everybody else gotta understand that and shit too. So, the boss is coming, drop everything, and go straight to the boss because daddy loves me. And then the day, oh, I can't do that right there. Yo, listen, no, man, I can't do that right there. Yo, I've been beeping you all day. I've been calling you all day. The nigga won't tell you. He won't tell the people. He don't want international security to know that your panties been vibrating. I've been calling you all day. What's going on with you? And then he has to think about the consideration that you had at the time, and then all type of, you know, I don't want to get involved in my wife's life when it comes to funny things like that, because, you know, the reality of her having to love herself, then my childhood knowing the children we had, and then what she did to us. So it's just like my wife, I'm her real husband, I'm real soulmate. And then next thing you know, the contract she tried to sign with other people that want her attention through time and shit. Then I told her, you know, I don't live in LA no more. You know, I'm not even going about that life like that. When she wants to go there, so and so. When my wife over there wants to see me, she be wanting, and then I be thinking about what's going on. You know, she gotta let me know what's already going on with her a certain type of way. She was living a single life. Let me tell you the whole thing about going on. She was okay. She was trying to do the family thing, but then she thought about, you know, the way she has to speak. She thought about all the important things that was going on in her reality setting, so she wanted to live the single life. And then it didn't, you know, the single life wasn't working out for her, so every now and then she's trying to touch base with me. And then do I want that attention? Because she knows I have to get that attention. And do I realize I have to get that attention? And if I want it at the time, and do I like it at the time if I want that attention? And then I say to my children out there, like, listen. I didn't tell you to go do certain things. I didn't tell you to do that to yourself. Now you got to think about your reality. And then when your friends want to Romanize and want to congregate, you got to think about the dignity you have to have for yourself. And when a person tells you not to have dignity for yourself, you got to think about, is your life going to be okay at another time? That's how real what I said that statement is. One day you'll understand that deep statement. But there's nothing else to say. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to just tell you just like this. You know, you got to take life serious for certain conversations like that, because once you hear that type of conversation, what I just said, how my wife wants to see if everything's okay and touch base with me every once in a while, do I think everything's okay? You got to make sure that I don't feel uncomfortable with what she's saying. That's it. There's nothing else to say. If a person says, "Why I don't go over there?" I would love to. I would love to go to the South. A person told me they wanted to. They didn't care about the comfortability. When I went to Florida, Florida treated me wonderful. They took my stuff. they stole my stuff and said, "Yo, listen, just go to sleep." You know what I'm saying? They Tupac the situation. Yo, here, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Don't say nothing. Just go to sleep, man. What's up? You go to sleep. It can happen. I understood that. Okay. But you didn't know. And what you thought it was okay wasn't okay. I don't want to play that dangerous game with individuals. Another person says, once I did that, why should I go any other place? And then my wife says, I want to touch base with you. What? I'm wondering if my wife is a gangster. She ain't more gangster than me, so how gangster she wants to be and stuff. You know, is she manifesting and doing? She coming through to say, "What's up, nigga?" You know, she just showed me how real she is, how real she is a certain type of way, and then she got to think about the reality. You know what I'm saying? If anybody else feel nervous, you know, she wants to come say, "What's up, nigga?" You know what I'm saying? Yo, what up? And I'm looking at her. I'm already in social recovery, and I'm here, so there's nothing else to say. It's how she feels about the situation. But if me going over there, I listen. I'm a grown adult. We're in 2020. There's nothing else to say. You know, I'm in social recovery. You think about it. That's it. Another nigga. Nigga's like, yo, another person's wondering what's going on. Oh, my reality to the sky is different to what you're seeing, because you know what you did to yourself. I'm alright. I'm alright. No. Oh, oh. You see, yo, listen. You gotta think about it. You know, it's just being real. And then the person said, then what's so serious about the situation is because another person, no person is real. But how real are they gonna keep it? Because another person don't want me, even my wife, she don't want me going to certain places because she know how real she feels about certain situations. So she knows I'm like, yo, I'm alright, you know what I'm saying? And then she thinks about other situations because she wants to love herself also. She wants to make sure that she's okay a certain type of way for certain things. So my wife is considering certain other things. And then on top of it, I'm going to just tell my wife, and I'm not going to lie to my wives. I'm going to tell my wives like this. Look, reflect on the things that already happened during the time of social recovery, and that's what your reality is. Until your point or where you have to honor and really love yourself. And I mean that in all sincerity. Sincerity. And then, you know, I'm going to tell my wife like this. Tell my son I do love him, but if another nigga causes him to ever want to lose himself a certain type of way, never lose yourself. But don't let nobody... Yo, listen, let me explain something to you. This is what my caretakers in international security got to learn. When I leave things certain places, only me touch things. Another person says, why? Because we're in the year of reflection. When I reflect to look at certain things, you don't want to lose everything. Sometimes I said ahead of time already. That means I left certain things ahead of time and certain things a certain way. And if somebody touches it, that's not me. That's gonna be your own situation if you did it to yourself. Because a person shouldn't be concerned about what you have for yourself and what's going on. Alright. Yo, listen, a person says, what are you speaking about? Listen. During Sanders, I told you certain things. I told my wife certain things too, and she loved it. And then I told the individual something, but it was for my wife. But another person didn't learn, and they can't even think about it. They had to learn to reason and care for themselves. That's why they don't do certain things. That's why you don't fuck around with certain people, especially when certain things happen. Remember I told you that. You better remember I told you that. Yo, listen. Remember I told you that. Alright? But anyway, a person says, I'm alright. I'm alright. You just, know your place. Just know to honor and respect the reason of your own quiet. Nothing else. I can't. I gotta put this. This. I gotta put this on YouTube, and then that's it, man. Have a wonderful night, man. Oh man.